All right, sports fans, how's everybody out there doing? William Martin coming at you one more time here on YouTube with another edition of the 300 Pounds of Sports Knowledge Podcast. Now, the ACC tournament is set to begin in Greensboro as the Coliseum there has given us so many memories over the years during this event. But looking ahead to the 2023 version of the ACC tournament, what should we keep an eye out for? Now, in my opinion, the ACC looks like they'll definitely get six bids, but there are some teams, in my opinion, that need to do some work this week in order to reach the NCAA tournament. And one team in particular that I'm going to talk about is the North Carolina Tar Heels. And, this has been an up and down year for North Carolina. And of course, the question is, are they going to be able to pull something out of their hat this week to get themselves off of the bubble and get into the field of 68? And the thing is this: North Carolina, yes, they've been an up and down team all season long. But if you look at the last couple of years for North Carolina, this is who they are. Before North Carolina went on that run to get to the national championship game last year, let's not forget the Tar Heels entered the NCAA tournament last year as an 8 seed in the East. And of course, things just opened wide. They just got wide open in that East bracket last year. And of course, if you go back and look at it, by the time we got to the regional final, the 8 seed North Carolina was taking on a 15 seed in St. Peter's. But nonetheless, even in 2021, North Carolina was an 8 seed as well in the NCAA tournament. And you're not giving out 8 seeds in the tournament to teams that are all playing elite level basketball for the entire year, which North Carolina has not once again. Now, it's one of those where in this particular tournament, the Heels enter as the number 7 seed, and they've got some work ahead of them if they want to try to get to the NCAA tournament. Now, North Carolina, they're going to get the winner of Boston College and Louisville in the second round on Wednesday. And it's one of those games, if you're North Carolina, okay, a win really can't help you, but it helps you a lot more than if you lose that contest. And it helps you, number one, because you get a win and you get on to the ACC quarters. Now, there, North Carolina will meet Virginia should they get past Boston College or Louisville, which most of us expect them to do. That is a contest that is definitely a must win for North Carolina if they want to try to really improve their chances of reaching the NCAA tournament. And honestly, the way that things have gone for North Carolina so far this season, a win over Virginia potentially on Thursday in the ACC quarters might not be enough for North Carolina to reach the NCAA tournament. It might be a situation where North Carolina might have to get to the ACC championship game or potentially win it. That's how this season has gone for North Carolina. So it's going to be interesting to see if Hubert Davis and his team can make the most of their time in Greensboro. Remember, over the years, Greensboro has been a de facto home to both Duke and North Carolina. So it's going to be interesting to see how things work out for North Carolina. But speaking of the other side of that equation, the Duke Blue Devils, Duke comes into this tournament as a number 4 seed, but they're the hottest team in the ACC right now. They come into this into these proceedings, excuse me, riding a 6 game winning streak. Now Duke gets a double bye. They're going to face the winner of Pitt, who will take on either Florida State or Georgia Tech in the second round on Wednesday. And I'll say this for Duke, you like the way that this young team is playing for John Shire. And it's going to be interesting to see how his edition of the Duke Blue Devils take the floor and play in this ACC tournament. You think about over the years with Coach K leading Duke for so many years. Like again, like I said with North Carolina, Greensboro has always been a home away from home for the Dukies as well. Now, Miami enters this tournament as a top seed. I think it's safe to say the Canes will at least make the semis. I think they'll be able to handle their business in the quarters over either Syracuse or Wake Forest. Clemson comes in as a 3 seed. What are we going to get from the Tigers? The NC State Wolfpack as a 6 seed. They are a team that not a lot of people are talking about, but they could make some noise in Greensboro. But for me, I think the team that could potentially be flying under the radar and could do some damage here, I'm looking at the 2 seed, the Virginia Cavaliers. You look at how this squad plays defense, you look at how they get after you. And I'll tell you like this, that North Carolina Virginia game potentially could be a doozy in the quarters on Thursday, but nonetheless, this Virginia team could be very dangerous. I think the two most dangerous teams heading into Greensboro for this tournament are actually going to be Duke and Virginia. Again, Duke comes in, they got that 6 game winning streak. Let's see if they can keep that momentum going for themselves. And then again, the way that Virginia plays D. But at the end of the day, I really do feel that North Carolina is going to be facing an uphill battle to try to get to the NCAA tournament, just due to the fact that they've been up and down all year, and I'm not sure if they're going to be able to do enough this week in Greensboro. But at the end of the day, stranger things have happened. That's why you throw the ball up in the air, and that's why you decide to win it. Who wins and who loses, but nonetheless, I think we are in store for a dandy of an ACC tournament this week. So, folks, that is going to wrap it up. And as always, I want to take this time out to thank you for tuning into the 300 Pounds of Sports Knowledge podcast here on YouTube. I want to take this time out to thank all of you fine folks out there for tuning in. And if you have not already, please feel free to subscribe to this channel. Now, if you're on Twitter, please feel free to follow me at 300 Pounds of Sports. And like I always say, if you follow me, it will be my pleasure to follow you right back. There's also the sports discussion group on Facebook at the Sports Depot 365. Now you can check it out. Drop a line and be a part of one of the better sports debating sites going on social media. So, once again, fine folks, my name is William Martin. I am signing off, saying take care and have yourselves a wonderful day.